Okay.
Say it again. Let's go. Hi, I'm Warren Munitz, and welcome to the Mastery of Being podcast. And joining me today is Tiana.
Today, I thought we could chat about relationships.
Okay.
I think it's a big topic in everybody's lives. And I have at least found that in society, in school, it's just not a norm to talk about why choosing a relationship is so important, like a romantic relationship I'm talking about. Do you feel like that's true? Do you feel like we aren't taught how to choose or what it means to have a romantic partner, like, you know, as a life partner sort of thing?
I mean, growing up, I wasn't taught about it. I suppose it is something that is expected just to be natural and unfold. What part of it for you was challenging?
I think when I started doing more of the inner work, it started to become clear to me that old patterns or conditioning was actually choosing who I was attracted to or what kind of person I wanted to be with in a relationship. And that was actually not for my best. That was not for the best version of me. Yeah.
Jung says that we marry our unconscious.
Right.
So no matter who we choose, it's our unconscious that's trying to teach us, show us something. Mm-hmm. So when you say, like, you became aware of these patterns, would you have become aware of them then if you were not in those relationships?
No, probably not.
Right. So then you wouldn't have seen true love.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can use that.
Yeah.
It sounds like a Bridgerton type of, would you be able to see it for what it is if you didn't go through those things? And I think about my experiences, and I didn't know what that was. I had no idea. Mm-hmm. And so that took a long time for me to learn.
What do you think are some things to think about, like when choosing a partner?
I need a context because that is such a broad question. Who? How old is the person we're talking about? And are we actually choosing? Like, we think we're choosing.
Yeah.
But are we actually choosing? So when you find someone attractive, you might consciously go, oh, it's because he's this tall, or because he has this amount of financial stability, or he's whatever. But is that why you're attracted to him? Because what drives us often is this pheromone.
Exactly.
You're not conscious of the pheromone.
Yeah.
Neither am I.
Yeah.
And can we become aware of what are we learning through being in this relationship?
Right.
Through being in this dynamic. What you could look for is, what are your judgments on the relationship? Because that would give you something about yourself that you could work on. But not really this. I think the idea that you choose your partner in the way we're talking about now, which is like, let me open up a menu, flip through, that's the person I'm going to choose, and we go pick them up at the store. I think that is that is a delusion. That's not how we choose partners. I think it happens on so many different levels that we aren't aware of.
Right.
But then what gets in the way? How many people are still single who are struggling to find someone? And what's getting in the way? I think that's a better investigation that could lead somewhere useful, because then the non-relationship is the mirror.
Like, what is blocking you from opening yourself to love?
Correct.
You know, because
what are you using to distract yourself from it?
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think as well, in more modern times, like dating and relationships have become like quite superficial.
Like on the apps.
Yeah.
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 So that is like that menu.
Exactly.
So you can flip through it and then yes, yes, no, no, yes, yes, no, no, and then you meet up with people. And it's fast. I mean, there's another speed dating thing that they're doing, which is now, I can't remember, but it makes speed dating even faster.
Right.
Yeah. I know.
Like you get to look at them and be like, no.
Swipe them off the table.
Don't even get to talk yet.
Yeah. I can't remember. Someone told me about it. And I think it uses an algorithm based on certain questions, and then you have time with those people.
Right. Yeah.
Which was interesting.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah. What effect do you think that's having on like us as a society today, or like relationships?
I think tech is another relationship, and it's another mirror. And what it does is it exposes the shadow quite quickly. So if you look online, you can see it, lots of trolling and shadow stuff.
Yeah.
What do they call them? Keyboard cowboys?
Oh, yeah.
You know, people can just talk shit.
Be whoever they want to be and be anonymous and just...
Yeah, that, and also they can just project their own stuff. Without any kind of repercussion.
Exactly.
I think it's necessary.
Right.
Because otherwise, how else can this stuff come out at a level where, as a society, we can become aware of the shadow faster?
Right.
Because this is a long process.
Like amplifying everything.
Correct.
Yeah.
Like a giant lens.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. It's showing us our mind and our unconscious desires and tendencies, and AI does it even faster. Does it get worse before it gets better? It usually does.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's such a refreshing way of looking at it as well, and like kind of a positive way, you know.
Is there another choice?
There is, but I mean...
Right.
Yeah.
But is there really another choice?
Yeah.
So the question of what context are you holding life in? Like, how do you view life? That's the choice. That you can make as a choice.
We literally were talking about that this morning, driving here.
Yeah.
Because I was just looking at, like, we're driving through Camps Bay and I'm looking at all the different kinds of people and what they're currently going through. You know, there's a guy on drugs. Then there's like a lady. Sorry, my hand's in the way.
Of the camera. Use that hand.
We're walking through Camps Bay and I'm just looking at all these array of beautiful different people having just completely different experiences of life.
Totally.
You know? I was like, wow, that is so crazy. And then we were talking like, is there one ultimate truth of reality? Or, you know, like all these different realities are existing of how people are perceiving their patterns, the lens that they are viewing life through. We're going into a completely different topic here, but I kind of think that's
so
nice.
you're describing truth by its nature is one. Reality is one. Perspective is multiple.
Right.
So are you having this perspective? Yes, that's your perspective. Great. Is it the truth of your being? That's the only truth? No. You're playing a character, you're playing a role. But that role is very personal until you can work through that. Until we can work through the the character who you're playing, then for you, you could live and die for that, because that is your experience of reality. Is it the only choice if you were given a choice? No. If you were given a choice, you still have free will to wake up, to see that, and then things can change. But there's just one life, and we're just expressions of it. Me, you, person on the street, person in, somewhere else, zillionaires.
Yeah, I think it's like life is so contrasting in its nature,
Heaven and hell.
Yeah. All exists, yeah.
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 It's the same thing. Your perspective matters. Dan, I'm looking at, my wife bought me the new Dan Brown book. I haven't read it yet, but
Oh, yeah?
in Angels and Demons, in the beginning of the book,
Yeah.
I don't know if you've read it.
No.
There's a statement that he wrote, and I don't know if it's from him, our angels look like demons to our enemies.
Whoa.
Great.
Yeah.
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 So this is a matter of perspective.
Yeah, exactly. And it's also like how much of a role your beliefs actually play in your perspective.
Well, they are.
Yeah.
Making them.
Yeah. And we can get so caught up in those beliefs that is then our perspective, like you say,
Yeah, your belief and your identity and your perspective or your perception, then they're not separate. They reinforce each other. So I'm this person, therefore I have to see life that way. Because if I was another person, I'd see life another way. But what is a person? I asked you this before.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah.
It's a collection of beliefs which are made from interpretations of experiences. So if you change your interpretation of an experience that you have, your belief could change. And then are you a different person? Well, your character then changes. You respond, you react differently. But through that process, you actually become aware of your essence. And you realize your essence isn't personal at all. And then it changes how you see this thing called identity. So we've come a long way from relationships. But really, relationships are doing the job of helping us self-reflect, to become aware of what are my tendencies? Where do I get stuck? So in your relationship, you must have seen you start giving because it doesn't fit perfectly. You're like, okay, well, I'll let go of this. So then you go, but isn't that compromising? Am I letting go a part of myself? And maybe, yes, but it's happening on the other side as well. And to the same degree. And then you find a way to play out a drama. So you play out the drama of your unconscious through that relationship. But you can also use it to speed up your process. Where if you investigate these dramas, and you go, why is this happening? What is happening within me? Can I surrender to this? And then all of a sudden you start to change.
Yeah, exactly. I think as well, I think safety is such an important aspect in a relationship. And feeling safe to kind of play those out and then go into a repair or a other side of healing of those unconscious patterns.
When you say play those out, do you mean express
Yeah.
exactly what you feel?
Well, yeah, or just being aware of what is coming up, being able to feel those emotions, talk about them in an objective way. You know, obviously it's
objective
not
as possible.
necessarily to just project it on,
Yeah.
ideally.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you can't help it.
No, exactly. But yeah, being able to talk through those, what's coming up, feeling those emotions, and then having that support to kind of, you know, hold that container, I think is so healing.
It is.
If you allow your relationship to be that, you know, which a lot of people just use each other as like punching bags and kind of just
Absolutely.
like.
But again, that's just a level of playing out the drama.
Exactly.
So you're growing, even if it's just incrementally.
Yeah.
But it's happening. And if you think about it, really everything is relationship.
Yeah.
Your relationship with your boss, with your staff, with objects that you have, with your family. It's all relationships.
What drama are you going to
Yeah.
play out with each of them?
Yeah.
What do you think are some tools? Obviously, becoming aware of, trying to become aware of those unconscious patterns, to see it in an objective way. I think another theme when I was writing down some notes was also the importance of bringing an essence of non-judgmentalness when you're dealing with these things in yourself. The importance of
non-judgment is probably one of the four pillars of presence. Non-judgment is the first one. It's probably the most difficult initially to do, because if you think about how the mind is constantly judging, to help you in the beginning to differentiate things, even just objects. So it's learning how to do that, and then it's learning from parents, okay, this is good, that's bad. So the whole background of your experience of identity is this thing that's judging. So non-judgment is a great way to detach from that. So I think about who comes to us.
Yeah.
I would say 5% are about relationship coaching.
Okay.
Or less.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because usually that just ends up in couples therapy. They don't come to coaching. Sometimes they do. But if it's one person and they go, I know the problem is with me, I've done this other stuff before. Can you help?
Right.
Great. Because it's not really about relationships. Relationships just becomes a mirror for that self-reflection and for that inner work.
Yeah, exactly. And the relationship can be a lot more when you are doing the inner work or have done some inner work, you know, to use
Say that again?
Like the relationship can become more of a tool and a sort of pathway once you start doing the inner work.
Completely.
To use that as a mirror, not just taking everything personally or whatever.
So when you asked what is a tool, is the relationship.
Yeah, that's the tool.
That's the tool. That's quite practical, actually. So maybe initially it's used to feed a desire, whether it be safety or affection or support, stability. And then it'll change, or if you let it. And it turns into something that's for your spiritual benefit, for your personal growth.
But like you said, it like filters into all of the areas of your life, your relationships to every area.
Yeah.
You know. So I think that could be like the main
Well, think about how you relate to yourself is really how you're relating to everything. And there are different facets of that. So how do you relate to your boss? And then how do you relate to your partner? And do you see a pattern? Or are they polar opposites, which is also a pattern? It's really just a relationship with yourself.
Yeah.
If everyone is yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Okay.
Great.
Has there been examples from people you've worked with or people in your life where the relationship has gone down the path of everything that you've just described, how a relationship can be a reflection of yourself? Have you ever seen it as a case study that's worked really well for somebody and it's then had a positive impact on the rest of their lives? Is there like an example that you've come across that you could potentially talk about or touch upon?
Well, some people I coach, that happens in a profound way. And obviously I can't share details, but I've had people come, but I've also had the process happen in a different way, where so some relationships the connection gets stronger. In other relationships where it's maybe precarious, where they come and it's the question is not do I stay or go. That is already happening. There's just not clarity that it's happening, but it's already happening, and so then clarity comes where you're supporting a person to feel comfortable about their decision. You're exploring why that decision is happening or what they haven't looked at. So it doesn't always work out in this. The way you said it sounds like perfection, everyone stays together, but everyone dies in the end. So that's a romantic fantasy. So whether you stay together or you don't stay together, I don't think is the point. Obviously the goal is you make a commitment to something and then you stick to that commitment. And there must be really strange circumstances that it doesn't work out. And for me, that is, you weren't meant to be together, like the decision was made in some type of knee-jerk reaction. And what you're left with is this unfolding regret the whole time. I don't think I've seen a relationship. I don't think I've actually worked on a relationship like that. Maybe there's one. So someone has this preconceived idea of what's expected of them. So that they're making that decision on someone else's expectation. And then when they discover who they are, they go, but this wasn't my choice. And that could be far down the line. And that becomes super painful. But pain doesn't necessarily mean bad. If you are going to reveal the truth, sometimes there's pain. And that pain is necessary then. But often in relationships that I've worked on, that's not the case. The case is some resistance that's happening within them. My partner's being like this, behaving that way. And then when we work on them, it changes. That what's happened is actually that partner's behavior is bringing up stuff that hasn't been dealt with. And then the moment it gets dealt with, the relationship moves closer together. Is that?
That's exactly it.
Okay. Yeah.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you. Like and subscribe.